Episode 19, Refugees, the Unhealed Wound of 1948. Why millions still see the conflict as unfinished. If you ask many Palestinians when the conflict began, they will not start with Hamas. They will not start with the Oslo Accords, and they will not start with the Second Intifada. They will start with 1948. Because for millions of Palestinians, 1948 is not only history, it is family memory. During the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, more than 700,000 Palestinians fled or were displaced from their homes. Some left active war zones, others were expelled. Many believed they would return after the fighting ended. Most never did. Entire communities disappeared. Villages were abandoned. Families crossed into Gaza, the West Bank, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, and other countries. What was expected to be temporary became permanent. Today, the descendants of those refugees number in the millions. And this is where the issue becomes politically explosive, because Palestinians argue that refugees have a right to return to the homes or lands from which they were displaced. For many Palestinians, this is not only a political demand, it is a question of justice, identity, and historical recognition. Israel sees the issue differently. Many Israelis argue that a large-scale return of Palestinian refugees would fundamentally change the demographic character of Israel and effectively end the idea of a Jewish majority state. As a result, Israeli governments have generally rejected a full right of return. This disagreement has haunted every major peace negotiation, Camp David, Oslo, Annapolis, and many others. Again and again, negotiators arrive at the same question. Can refugees return? If so, how many? If not, what compensation or alternative solution is possible? And unlike borders, this issue cannot be solved with a map, because it involves people, families, memories, and generations who inherited a story they did not personally experience but still carry. That is why the refugee question remains one of the hardest issues in the conflict, not because there are no proposals, but because every proposal forces both sides to confront painful versions of history. And until that question is addressed, millions of people will continue to view the conflict not as a chapter that ended in 1948, but as a chapter that never truly closed.